The national economy relies heavily on the real estate sector. Three major forces drive economic development in the real estate industry. First, a housing construction operation has three effects: direct, indirect, and connected real estate services, mostly focused on house sales and purchases. This video is going to be about real estate during recession, current condition of real estate market. Some unexpected developments in the real estate market have occurred thus far in the third year, along with a minor decrease in mortgage interest rates and indications of declining home sales. According to analysts, the near-term future is foreseeable, with slightly reduced or stabilized mortgage rates, moderately high housing prices, and supply concerns persisting even as the number of homes on the market increases. However, according to industry professionals, an economic downturn might drastically alter the outlook for 2022. Typically, the summertime, which makes up the majority of Q3, is less active in the real estate market than the spring, which is when purchases are more active. However, when the epidemic struck in 2020, that argument was thrown out the window. Therefore, as per Selma Hepp, interim head of CoreLogic's Office of the Chief Analyst, the third quarter of 2022 should return to its typical seasonal pattern. Latest update on the ongoing recession. An IMF economist and researcher, Pierre Olivier, said, "The outlook has darkened significantly since April. The world may soon be teetering on the edge of a global recession only 2 years after the last one. Global growth is expected to fall from 6.1% in 2017 to 3.2% in 2022, a 0.4% decrease from the last economic outlook in April. The tightening of the global financial system results from higher than anticipated inflation in the United States and Europe. The US economy will grow by only 2.3% this year and 1% the following year due to lower family spending power and monetary tightening regulation. Since Russia invaded Ukraine, China's economy has slowed more than expected due to the emergence and shutdown of COVID-19. Aside from the epidemic, this year's 3.3% increase is the slowest in more than 4 decades due to additional curfews and an intensifying real estate crisis. In the Eurozone, development has been projected lower to 2.6% this year and 1.2% in 2023 due to the fallout from the Ukraine conflict. Global output declined in the second half as a result, according to Mr. G. Effects of recession on people's lives. Educational performance. Downs in work and income have a negative impact on academic achievement because they jeopardize infant nourishment, making it more difficult for families to create a nurturing learning atmosphere and cause students to postpone or abandon their college aspirations. Opportunity. Employment and income losses due to the recession have long-term effects on family members and individuals. As a result of the crisis, a rise in poverty will have long-term repercussions for children and long-term economic implications. Private investment. According to the latest statistics, total non-residential spending has fallen by 20% since high levels in the second half of 2009. For years to come, lower investment means lower manufacturing capacity. Investment slowdowns might also be predicted to hinder the adoption of new technologies, as innovation is often incorporated in the new capital investments. Effects of recession on real estate market. There is a 2-month supply of properties in the United States compared to a 6-month inventory in the past. Despite the 2008 housing crisis, the COVID-19 outbreak drastically hampered the pace of home development. Due to the low interest rates established under quarantine, many analysts say that demand for houses has been stifled. Despite the recent increase in mortgage rates, many would-be home buyers are still considering making the purchase. This has led to the rise in cost of housing. The housing market will likely undergo a more rapid restructuring during a downturn. If no one wants to purchase, house rates will still decline, or at the very least, rise at a reduced rate, despite the restricted supply of properties. As interest rates rise during a recession, homebuyer demand should plummet. Home prices should fall as a result of this. However, the extent to which the housing market will begin to recover is still up for discussion. Some believe that prices will fall as a result of the recession. The cost of a home is expected to rise at a slower rate until production picks up again. Despite this, a recession would not necessarily lead to a buyer's market for housing. Mortgage rates rise, food prices rise, and income mobility decreases during an economic crisis. Even if housing prices rise, purchasing a home during a downturn is still difficult. The benefits may not outweigh the drawbacks in every case. Advantages of purchasing a home during a recession. Lower prices. When the economy is in a full-blown downturn, the supply of goods and services is greater than the demand for them. Buyers typically cut the cost of these houses to attract potential buyers. If you're good at negotiating, you can still receive a great deal without doing anything additional. Decreased mortgage rate. To lessen the impact of a recession on the general public, the Federal Reserve has made it a matter of responsibility to lower mortgage interest rates. Banks are lowering their interest rates as a result, despite the fact that this is a stimulus measure. Mortgage rates are also reduced as a result of this activity. Disadvantages of purchasing a home during a recession. Job insecurity. Jobs are always in jeopardy during the economic downturns, whether in the public or private sector. To avoid the lingering repercussions, organizations do everything they can to stay solvent, including issuing retrenchment documents without hesitation. Although your employment is secure, nothing is ever guaranteed. You'll have to maintain mortgage payments once you buy a house. If you lose your job, your house may go into foreclosure. Difficulty in making sales. Making sales can be complex when trying to get rid of your current residence so that you can move into a new one. The demand for real estate plummets during recessions, and even if you find a buyer, they will underrate your asset. Your selections are limited because there are so many low-priced real estate opportunities. How to be prepared to deal with the real estate recession. Failure is certain if you do not plan. An economic downturn can happen any time, and you need to plan beforehand as a responsible real estate investor. Before the swells arrive, consider the following strategies for securing your investment vessel. Save money. When tough times, you may rely on your funds to get you through a real estate downturn. This is a crucial step in keeping your real estate investments on track. Even if there are a few snags, the overall impact will be small. Building a network. Regarding networking, don't underestimate its importance. The strength of your network might keep you afloat during a financial crisis. Even when working with other agents of real estate and suppliers, make sure you're a top priority for them. As your network grows, you'll want to explore new markets. Invest in your real estate properties. When it comes to investing in your real estate assets, it could seem a little unusual to some people. So let's assume you decide to expand your 6-bedroom home by 1 room. Doing this will most likely have a good profit margin because tenants will probably pay more for the additional service. You can add those extra features to enhance your homes during a downturn further. As a result, you can rest assured that tenants will make their payments regardless of the state of the economy. Is the housing market going to crash? Between 2005 to 2007, the housing market in the United States appeared this frothy. After that, property prices plummeted, resulting in dire repercussions. The real estate bubble collapsed, resulting in the biggest economic depression since World War II. HousingWire's chief analyst Logan M. said, "We don't have a bubble, we just have unhealthy home price growth." Mortgage rates have soared to record highs, and many purchasers and homeowners are wondering, is the real estate market so overheated that it's ready to implode? The one thing that I keep getting asked over and over is this a bubble? Says Phil Shoemaker, president of originations at Home Point Financial. In terms of housing price games, it's reminiscent of a bubble. However, looking at the foundations, it's difficult to say this is the case. For the first time in 15 years, the underpinnings of the housing market appear more solid. Borrowers are more creditworthy than ever, while the availability of homes for sale continues to fall. And that's all there is for today. Leave us a comment of your thoughts on the real estate market during recession. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the video, and click the notification bell to never miss our videos. Stay tuned.